Hello, 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 and welcome. We are having a very special edition of Her Talks. Today, I have a very special guest. She is a wonderful, wonderful lady. She is going to be one of our headline speakers at the Her Experience. I've been telling you for weeks about the Her Experience. The Her Experience is coming up soon. We are 2 weeks away. It is going to be in Houston, Texas, at the Grand Hyatt Regency, the Hyatt Regency West in Houston, and we plan to have a fabulous time. We have speakers, we have some signature events. We're going to be putting links in here later for you to find out how that you can get there if you're in the Houston area or you'll be in Houston, and links if you want to attend virtually. But first and foremost, I want to say hello to this beautiful lady, Miss Jadeenah Smith. She is the CEO of Davis and Smith Insurance and Retirement LLC, and she is going to give you just a little hint of what she's going to be talking about at the Her Experience. She's going to tell us about her, and she's going to give you some information that you can need because you need to get in touch with Miss Jadeenah. Miss Jadeenah, welcome. We are so happy to have you here today. How are you?
I am awesome. How are you, Angela?
I am great. I'm great. I am great. I'm just so psyched. The closer we get to the Her Experience in Houston, the more excited I become.
Yes, absolutely. I know, and it's coming up quick too.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. And I'm ready. And if I can stop shopping, because I decided, oh well, maybe I need this. I might be better. I might be better.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, my
I'm
son
there
comes.
with you.
Yeah, he comes in every day. He looks at me. He goes, "There's more boxes coming in now than the Christmas holidays." I'm like, "That's okay,
Don't
baby.
worry about
For
Yeah.
me."
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You don't even
So,
see
Miss
that.
Jadeenah, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
Yes, my name is Jadeenah Smith. I am the founder and CEO of Davis and Smith Insurance and Retirement, where we create strategic plans to help people have even more money in their retirement years. So that is what we do. I am based out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and but I was born and raised in Chicago, so I'm a Chicago girl.
Okay.
But have been here in Las Vegas, Nevada as my home for upwards of 15 years now. I've
Okay.
been in finances and banking for upwards of 2 decades now. So
Mm,
it's something that I've been doing. It's a part of my passion. And what I really found was there was a gap, you know. Sometimes there's a gap in what we give across the pulpit and how we can empower our actual congregants, how we can empower each other as a community
yes.
to be able to do more and keep more and to follow what God shows us as the word. The word says to a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, not
Yes.
just his children, his
Yes.
children's children. And so I challenge us to think that it's not just him, but it's her too.
Yes. Yes.
You
Exactly.
know, when we take a look at it, it's
Hmm.
her too. It's a family, it is a group, a parentage that are leaving direction and instruction. The only way you can leave it for your children's children is to teach your children too how to handle it, right?
Yes.
That's how it can
Yes.
go to the
Yes.
next generation. So that is my passion and my focus, to make sure that we are setting up our generations for the best.
Awesome, awesome. That is very unique. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about that. As a matter of fact, one of the things, even with the older generation, we haven't prepared appropriately. You got people that are 5 to 2 years away from retirement going, uh-oh, how long is this going to work? How is this
Yeah,
going to last? And they find themselves now looking for a part-time job or trying to keep going on because they haven't prepared. And I
yeah,
don't know if you can pivot from that or not, but at least we should be able to teach our
yeah.
children, don't be in the same spot.
Yes, yes. And you can start. And the thing is, the challenge is that where money was, we weren't for a very long time,
Yes,
right? So we
exactly.
weren't where money was. So when all that knowledge was being passed down through the generations, then the generation above me, directly above me, my mom's generation, they had pensions. Right. So
Right.
you didn't have to worry about anything, right? You had a pension, people spent up there when they finally found out what the HSA was and all these little extra pieces that
Mhm.
you could save up for and to save with, and all of those extra vehicles. Sometimes we hit those struggle spots, right? So we were sending kids through college. We were
Yeah.
trying to keep the house going and all this other stuff. And nobody necessarily had to teach us at that level, especially within the middle class when pensions were there, right?
Right. But
Because
pensions
because
went
we
away.
were right, we were where the middle money was, right? But
Right.
money is growing up on us, right?
That's a
And
good
who's
way to put it.
there?
I love that. Money has grown up on us. I love it.
Yes, yes, and we need to know how to handle it. We need to know how to handle today's money so that it can be successful for tomorrow. Yeah, and we can be successful.
Yes. And pensions went away.
Yeah.
I remember when I got my first job, and when you're young, you kind of job hunt and you still going to school. And I started going to these corporations. Like, I'm going to get a good pension. Well, the pension was no longer there. I mean, starting
Yeah.
back in like the late 70s and 80s, pensions
Yeah.
started easing out. And I was
They said,
like, we're out. I'm out. You've been in a place for 10, 15 years. You didn't get a pension. You might get some social security.
mm-hmm.
You didn't get a pension.
Exactly, exactly. And I remember when they went away because I went, I was on a job like, yes, just like you said,
Really?
hand me a pension, baby. They were
Mm.
like, we are coming out of these pensions and we're going into 401ks. Now you have to handle your money yourself. You have to figure it out yourself, right?
Yes.
Um, and it just wasn't a basis for knowledge. It worked well for corporations because they no longer had to handle your money,
Yes.
right? And they could give you a match and they got deductions off of that match. And so they were saving money, but they no longer had to handle your money and make sure you were okay.
Right.
Right.
Not only did they get deductions off that money, you're the one that's paying the taxes on that money.
And the fees. And sometimes the fees are so high on that money that nothing that happened even mattered. Then we hit those spots, right? We hit when the stock market crashed a good couple of
Yes.
times.
Oh, yeah.
We hit 2008 and then the recent the recent crash recently.
It is what it
What
is.
happened? A lot of people lost that money, you
Yeah.
know. But if that money was placed in safety, and if we were taught how to handle that money, so that our money could continue to grow and be big money, be grown up money, then a lot of us would be in a different place. And so it's just
Absolutely.
about education. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we are so glad and so fortunate that we're going to have you there to teach us about how to be in that place, how to
Yeah.
pivot, how to come around, how to be in a place where we can make money. And you're right. We didn't get taught about wealth in that manner. You know, hit the lotto doesn't really work. Okay.
Right.
The lotto doesn't work. Save your money. Things come up, hospital bills, emergencies, children going to college
Mhm.
more than quadrupled in payment. So even if you had savings, at this point, you're getting to the older point of your life and you're like, oh Lord, I
Right.
really need you right now. Tell me what I'm gonna do. And
Right.
and the one thing that
Right.
I can say I think that came out of that, not that it's an advantageous thing, but it was a good thing, is that when people retire, they lose motivation. And they sit around and everybody's idea is grandma's home and she's going to take care of the grandkids.
Yeah.
And the generation now, we're not doing that. So
Mm-mm.
now at least we are at a point where we can say, okay, let me think about stepping back, becoming an entrepreneur. Let me be a
Mhm.
let me take some of this knowledge that I have and share it and get paid
Yeah.
while I'm doing it.
Exactly. And now we're back into that age of grown up money. You know what I
Yep.
mean? There's
Yep.
such a um there's such a move of money that's coming that we're in the middle of.
Yeah.
We're right in the middle of it. And it is gonna move whether you know how to move it and how to move with it or not. And you do not want to be one of the ones that could not move with the money or could not
Awesome.
move with things. You know what I mean? So that's
Absolutely.
what, like I said, that's what it's really all about. One of the other things that I'm going to touch on is that there is a sunsetting law. Now, some people may already understand this or already know this, but there's a sunsetting law called the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017. We have people really 1.5 years where we are in favorable tax brackets that have never been, um, tax brackets that we might not be this low again, right? So tax brackets expanded some, which meant we can bring more money in, or you can pay, your business can pay you, more money can come into that, and that money can be taxed on the baby basis and not the grown folks basis,
Oh,
right? So a lot of us were taught, and this comes with the 401k too. It comes with the 401k, 403b, some of
mhm.
those pension plans, the 457. A lot of us were taught to put money up pre-tax,
Right. Right.
right? Um, the understanding is that if you put it up, you're going to put it up pre-tax, of the understanding that you may not be at the same income level when you retire, right?
Right.
So your income level might go lower, which means that that money later is taxed at a lower rate, has the possibility of being taxed at a
Oh,
lower
okay.
rate, right? We don't know where these tax brackets are going to go. We don't know whether um, Congress is going to go ahead and renew the information from this tax act. We don't know. Chances are, right? Chances are that brackets may go back up. But do I know? No. I
Absolutely.
don't know, right? And nobody knows. Nobody can call that. We can say, oh, chances are that our taxes are going to go higher in the future. And we can say, oh, well, maybe Congress will, take it down. But why? You should always want to be in a favorable position, no matter what Congress does,
That
right?
makes sense. That makes
So
sense.
always said we're supposed to set ourselves up so no matter what happens, right? No matter what happens in the world, we as Christian women should still be able to leave that inheritance to our children's children, right?
Absolutely.
Regardless of what they do. So, but
Awesome.
it just takes education to know how to move things around and how to flow with the way the world is flowing, so that God can use what we've put our life's work into to help affect the future generations.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, here's the $64 million question.
Mhm.
What made you want to be a part of this? For me, it's a magnificent event, but I'm real biased. We're just gonna have to say I'm part of the Herpreneur Network. I'm biased because I think this is one of the best events around. But what
Right.
made you want to be a part of this event?
So, what made me want to be a part of the event? I've been seeing it go on, like kind of in the periphery, like, okay, well, okay, well, Well, it was a stretch move. I talked to Dr. Nikki earlier this week. It was this week or next
Yeah,
last week. Um, but it was a stretch move. God
absolutely.
said, "Hey, do this." And what I have found out about God is that when He tell me to do something, go ahead and do it. Right?
Yes, Lord.
Go ahead and do it, because He's never the little thing that I go through, like the little nervousness.
Hmm.
Ain't nothing like what the steps that he has me going toward. So it's been in the periphery for a very long time. And like I said, it was just a stretch move. God said, hey, do it. And I'm like, okay. And he let me know, like, I have placed this in you for a reason. I didn't do this just for you.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't give you this knowledge. I did not put you through 20 years of being in finances, working in corporate world and in banking and doing stuff for others, doing stuff for the world, for the world. I did not do this for you and I did not do this for them. I have a group of people that need you and I have positioned you in such a way that you can give them what they need right now.
Look at God.
And
Look at
so,
God. What a
girl,
testimony. Yes,
won't he do it?
yes, girl. Won't he do it? He will do it in a heartbeat. And it's
And
so
like
funny
I
that
said,
you
I'm
say
not,
he tells you
I'm,
what it is he wants you to do. And we
that's
have
right.
to listen because I tell everybody, I got tired of getting slapped upside the head. Because God to say, do so and so. And I go, okay.
Yes.
But then I don't ask them how. I didn't stop to say when. I just either did it or I did it my way. None
Yep.
of that worked. None of that really worked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you are
And
so on point with that.
baby, and like I said, I didn't got to this big grown age doing a lot of stuff that God told me not to do.
Understood.
You
Been there.
know what I mean? Or
Yes.
saying, God, I'm gonna do it later. I said, he done been too good. He has been too good for me to sit up here and not listen to my daddy when he talk. I'm listening. I got you.
And that's all you can say. Because sometimes he'll tell you to do something. You be like, God, I can't afford to do that. And you have to stand back and say, okay, you told me you were the waymaker. So if you telling me to do that, I'm trusting you. And he comes through. Sometimes he don't come through to the last minute. But like
Right.
old folks used to say, he may not come when you want him,
But
but
he
he's
always
right
on
on
time.
time.
And you
Absolutely.
know what? The thing is, we say I can't afford to do it. God say you can't afford not to do
Got
it.
to. Yes. Yes. That part right there. Yes.
Right? You cannot afford not to do it. You better go ahead and do what I told you. Get yourself together. Right? And so all it takes is just it's trusting God
That's
and
it.
trusting our Father, that when He tells us and shows us, what steps to take, that we leave fear behind because He's not the author of fear, right? We leave that behind and we trust that God is going to do. I don't know what He gonna do. Now
Right.
I might be on the flow. I might do my 45 minutes and be on the flow the whole time. I
Yep.
don't know. And if I am, just go ahead, leave me down there. He working with me.
Yeah, he working on you, baby. He gonna be working on you. Because when I tell you this event is gonna have some floor time, and I don't even call it floor, I call it flow.
Mm-hmm,
He
mm-hmm.
flows with his spirit and he throws us on the flow. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good time. So for those of
Yes.
you hear these nuggets, she is going to be sharing this wisdom. If you haven't got your tickets and you're going to be in Houston, absolutely, please get your tickets. They're going to put this up in the comments so that we can get the links. And again, this is going to be May the 30th through June the 2nd because we're staying for that weekend and we're going down to Dr. Connie's church, Dr. Connie
Yeah.
Stewart's church. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want the information, go to www.thehertour.org. It will tell you how to get your tickets. It will give you directions to the hotel. We even tell you what we plan to be wearing during this time.
Yes. Yes.
All the signature events. We've got the signature events, and I call them signature because only we do those events. We are going
Mm-hmm.
to have the Pink Fire Brunch. Last year, we were fortunate enough and blessed to have Cora Jakes as our keynote speaker.
Oh,
This
nice.
this year, we got Yolanda Adams. Yes. So going to
Yes.
be a great time. There's going to be ministry. There's going to be fun. We're going to do some awards. We are going to just have a terrific time. If you are an entrepreneur, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you're just in the Houston area, if you want to come and get the word, if you want to build up your leverage in business, this is the place to be. You're going to have women like Jadeenah. We got some other women. There's going to be six-figure women there. There's going to be seven-figure women there. There's going to be a lot of fun. This is one of the ultimate conferences that can be had. And it is called the Her Experience, sponsored by the Herpreneur Network. We're going to put another link in there. If you want to know more about us, they'll put the link in there so that you can join. It's absolutely free to join. We do have levels of membership, but come and check us out first. Come and see
Yeah.
what it is that we do.
Yes.
Get your ticket. We got virtual tickets. You can't miss these amazing women that are going to be speaking. You are going to be sitting there. It is going to be spellbound, and it is going to be a magnificent time in Houston. And I can't wait to see you, give you a hug, and know that we're going to be out there together. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. And I am so excited about what God is doing. I believe that he is just moving on our behalf,
Yes, yes, yes.
and he wants us to align ourselves to what his will is and where he wants us to be. And that's all he's asking us to do is get yourself in line.
That's
He
it.
said, I'll do the rest, you
That's it.
know, just get yourself in line. So come on out, and, you know, I believe it's going to be full of love.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I'm bringing the Holy Spirit with me. I know He's gonna be there before I get there, but I'm bringing the
Yes.
peace with me too. You know what I mean? So even all of us are not in a position, right? All of us are not in a position spiritually where we um can bring all. It might be a hard week that week. I'm not speaking it into anybody's life, but it might be because life happens, right? um, but come and get you some peace and some rest, right?
Yes.
Come
Yes.
and sit with your sisters that have, well, you're gonna find people that are going through, have gone through, and have overcome what you're going through right now.
Exactly.
So come and get ministered to, you know. And if you got a gift, come and minister, you know. Go ahead, be ready to give a word or two, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like one of the ladies just put in there, she's one of our ambassadors. We have a saying, life be lifing. But you know something? God is always around to pick
That's
you up
it.
all the trials of
That's
life.
it.
He'll
That's
pick
it.
you up. Sometimes
Yeah.
we're going through, and what we have to understand, those be his divine intentions. Because see, for me, when I go through, I know, told me to do something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're gonna say, okay, you're gonna do it. And this time you're gonna do it my way. And for me it works. For me it works.
Mhm,
I have to
mhm.
struggle through, but I get where he wants me
Yeah,
to
yeah,
be. Because without God, we are nothing. This is
that's
going
right.
to be a spirit-filled event. It is a business event. You have no idea the connections and the people that are going to be there. It is going to be amazing. I want
Yeah.
to thank you so much for being with us tonight. Any last words you have for the audience before we end this show?
All I got to say is y'all come on, show up now. See, I'm gonna talk, from Chicago. We don't know if we country or we city. So I have to you're gonna hear the country twang and the city words come out all at the same time. Come on, you know, come on out there. This is a drop in the bucket, and sometimes it may be a struggle. It may be a pull for somebody, but let somebody know that God has something in store for me, and I'm
Yes,
ready to go.
yes, yes.
And you bring your sister with you. And if you see that she's in a place, or if you see that she's not in a place, bring her with you. And even if it's just a point of rejoicing, come and rejoice with us. Oh, come on now, all those women,
Yes, yes.
Christian women in business, baby, all you got to do is be around sometimes in the atmosphere.
And just
And
let the
God has
spirit.
that blessing right in that atmosphere for you.
Yes,
So
he
I'm
does.
I'm just I'm happy, I'm waiting and I'm willing, and I'm ready to see what God is going to do in your life. 'Cause I want some testimonies. I want to hear it. I want
Yes,
to hear
ma'am.
about what God did this year for you.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's it.
Gina, it has been my privilege, my honor. We are so blessed and privileged and honored to have you here. We know that you're going to deliver a message that is going to impact the future of everybody, from some of the youngest to the oldest, so we can learn
Yeah.
how to be more financially responsible. That is something that we're going to need. This event, everyone is going to be amazing. And like she said, we've got some fun things. We got a fashion show that we're going to have. We got the
Yeah.
hurricane, which is ministry. Because when we hit that hurricane, that's when we become the flow ministry.
Hey.
But you know something? God is moving. He is moving. He's getting us to this place. We've got people that we didn't think they were coming. We're going to be speakers. People are calling and saying, I want to go. So don't miss this. And if you can't be in Houston, go to www.thehertour.org and get your virtual ticket so that you
Yes,
can be a part of this amazing conference.
yes,
Jadeenah,
yes.
again, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. Everyone, I'm going to say good night. I got a special guest coming up. I'm going to be back in an hour. I'm doing a
Oh,
hit tonight, a double
all
hit.
right.
See you later. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.